What is on top of the deck? What is on top of the deck? Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Welcome to Hunt the Week.
Hello everyone, and welcome into the show. Welcome on in, each and every one of you dinosaurs, you vampires, you merfolk, and yes, even you pirates. Come on in, raid the kitchen, raid the fridge, do what you gotta do. We are all in this thing together. I don't care what your color pair says about you. The treasures will make it work. I am your host with the most, your Don John DeMarco, your Goku or go home. I am a 3-time top 8er, a 2-time league winner, and 1 time I actually played Magic in person. And that's really what I did a lot of this last weekend. We're going to get into it later. But right now, this is Hunt the Week. It is a Magic the Gathering podcast about the Arena Gauntlet League that we play in. This is Ixalan, Week 1. And we're deep in this thing, right? I guess we're not deep into it. We're 1 week in. But we're getting started. We're seeing what's going on, how things are working out. How is this cube curated? Are you going to make it to the Ascension Pack? How disappointed will you be if you don't? You know, that's the crux of this whole league. Ascension Pack, oh, so good. So much flavor. So amazing. But if you don't get it, was it even there, right? Was it even part of the league if you don't get to it? We got to talk about some things. We got a lot going on. Let's go ahead and go out to sea.
Soon may women come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tongue is done, we'll take our leave and go.
That's right. As I record, it is 2:30 on Thursday, and this is your current Ixalan Top 8. Number 1, Cody Race 5-0, only 5-0 on the week. Way to start strong, Cody. After that, Johnny M. Johnny 4-1, Colton S. Colton Cooper 4-1. So happy to see Colton back. Definitely an adult playing in this thing. So happy for him. Maxime R. Tassiger 4-1. Steve T. Strout 4-1. Jack H. Rakic back again with the Rakic 4-1. Richard K. Preacher 3-1. It is a 3-week league. You got to watch out for him. And then right beneath him, you have Emmett F. Sepulcher 3-1. So still a couple games left to play, but you know, only 1-5-0, 4-1's looking pretty good. But it's Thursday. People still got some games to play. Miranda's 2-0, Caleb K 2-0, Mark W 2-1. You gotta play your games out, people. Joe T Elasticity 1-0. I mean, there's a little bit more than 24 hours left, so there is time. We've already had 2 people drop. Raphael drops to min-max his Player of the Year stats, and then Jeremy E drops just because he wasn't feeling it. Which is fair. That's totally fair. Sorry, guys. Sorry to see you go. But hey, it's Ixalan. Don't worry about it, kid. It's Ixalan. So what's going on in Ixalan League? How did I do? I went 2-3. I think it's fine. I think it's feeling fine. I definitely am appreciating the lower power level, right? Like, I mean, there's still bombs out there. Who we kidding? Watch my buddy Chris R get beat down by Profane Procession. So the bombs, they're out there. But for some people, Colossal Dreadmaw might be your bomb, right? Your 6/6 for trample, that could be your bomb. So I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, it's tribes, right? Like, I'm playing pirates. I've seen some very nasty, very fast merfolk decks. I've seen some really cool vampire decks. The tribes are coming together. And I think the question is, how are they going to do? I think merfolk were kind of always the best one because they're just so fast. Merfolk are so fast. It's like 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, 4 drop, you're dead. Dinosaurs get big and they get going. Merfolk are fast. Those vampires, oh, they love gaining life. And those pirates, they have all the treasure. So I think Ixalan League's actually going really well. I'm liking it more than, I don't know, last time I played Ixalan, so that's saying something. But I'm having fun. I am looking forward to see if I get the set mechanic, if I can actually make it happen for me. I don't know. I love the mechanic. I think it's so cool and so awesome, but I don't think I'm not on pace to experience it, and that's a huge bummer for me because, like, I don't know, not a big fan of the mechanics that like you have to do well to get right. But it's tough, right? Because you can't have it be, well, on your 10th loss you get this crazy pack, because then all the people that are 5-0, 10-0 or whatever, the people who do well, they're not going to get it, and then they're going to fall behind to the other people. So it's tough, right? Do you reward the people for doing well, or do you reward the people who don't do well? But I'll tell you, as someone who's not doing great, I could use a little reward. Could lose a little push right now, guys, a little something. But we'll see how it goes. We still got a couple weeks left in this thing. I think the whole cube part has been super great. The bonus sheet's working out really well. I'm liking playing my games. I like what's going on. I want to experience the mechanic. That's all it is. And if I don't experience the mechanic, I'm going to be really bummed out. And I've been saying that since before this thing started. So it's one of these, like, I guess we'll see how this mechanic plays out, and if the people who get it really, really like it, if it like turns some things around, or if it's just a little bit of like, I don't know, you open 10 rares and 6 of them are duds. Maybe you're not too stoked on it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I had some things happen to me this weekend. I had a very big weekend. Went to, you know what? Let's just get to the segment. Let's go ahead and get enraged.
I've contained my rage for as long as possible, but I shall unleash my fury upon you like the crashing of 1,000 waves! Begone, vile man! Begone from me! I am untethered and my rage knows no bounds!
You may have noticed I didn't ask for questions this week. I got something planned. I got something a little special, something a little different, and I think you'll enjoy it. I hope you do. And if you don't, well, that's fine. We'll do something different next week. It's back to regular stuff next week. But this last weekend, I was in Dallas, Fort Worth to play Magic. I was playing Star City Games, SCG Con, playing a bunch of Limited, met up with a bunch of people from the server. Was an awesome experience. We played in a bunch of different events. I got to meet some people, and I got to interview some people in person. So that's what this is going to be today. We went there with a whole crew, my crew of the Brothers War from the Team League. That's me, my brother Nick P, Am I Evil, Chris R, Sinkwater, and Jason M, Experientialist. And then the other side, we had Moldafor, and that's the Texas group. Dan A, Beatdown Briga, Noah B, Cisco, Miranda, Black Canary, and Emmett Sepulcher. And I finally got to meet people from the league. I've been wanting to do this for so long. I loved it. It was so cool. It was so awesome. And we did great. Like, we had a great record combined together. We got to play in some cool events, and I got to ask everybody about what they thought about playing in-person Magic. I kind of got some different questions this week. But before we get to all the interviews, I gave everyone about 5 to 10 minutes, and I will say audio quality is a little lacking on some of these. Some of these are recorded in a restaurant. Some of these are recorded in a convention center. One's recorded as we walk around a art fair. So I will say the quality gets better as they go, but if you can stick it out through them, good on you. I know it's not the normal kind of stuff I put out, but hey, this is just kind of what happens when all you have is an iPhone and you want to try to record some things. It's not going to be ideal. But let's go ahead and listen to all my interviews, and these are in the order that I did them. It's going to be Noah B, then Dan A, then Maranda, then Emmett, then Nick P, then Jay, then Chris. And I'll give my feedback there once we come back from all these little tiny interviews. Hope you enjoy them. I really love meeting these guys. Let's talk a little bit about playing at SCG Dallas, Fort Worth. All right, everyone. This is your AGL correspondent live in Dallas. I am on location here at SCG Con, and I am sitting down with Noah B, a.k.a. Cisco. How's it going, Noah?
Yo, what's up? I'm doing swell.
It is so awesome to meet you. You're the first person I've met, you, Miranda, Emmett, and Dan, outside of the league.
Oh, shit, I know that.
Yeah, this is so cool, man. I'm so happy to be here.
Hell yeah. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah, you can cuss.
Okay.
yeah, it's fine. Right now we're sitting down in a taco shop. We just ate some burritos. Very good food.
We did.
I'd love to know, first, when did you start playing Magic?
That's a great question. All right, so let's see. I was probably 7 or 8, and went to the store with my dad and picked up some packs. I think it was Ice Age.
Wow, Jester's Cap.
Jester's Cap. I had a Vexing Arcanics. But then I took a long break and got back into it during the pandemic, basically.
Pandemic, that's what happened with a lot of people. That's really how it goes.
It's a common story.
Do you have a favorite set that you like to play in Limited or that you're really nostalgic about?
I mean, so obviously Ice Age, when I see some of those
Really?
cards, it kind of rings a bell. There is one that me and my dad used to laugh about called Chub Toad that I still...
I know. It's a funny looking card.
It's a hilarious card. But, I mean, honestly, the first set I really started playing was Kaldheim, maybe?
Okay, yeah.
So
Another
that one,
more snow stuff. You like it cold.
Snow stuff. Yeah, it's a theme, right? But Mom was a great set. I think that's probably my favorite set so far.
Mom was a good one.
Mom was amazing.
And we just played Mom again, so I know you. I'm sure you had. Wait, did you open Mom
really
packs
did.
in WoW?
I tried to hold out and do different stuff, but I corrupted myself.
You did the right thing.
Yeah.
So this episode's all about in-person Magic. We usually play online and on Discord. We're here in Texas, and we're playing in person at SCG Con in Dallas. Now what did you play in today?
I played an 8-person WoW draft.
And how did that go?
It went great. It didn't start well. The draft didn't start well. I picked up like the 2-mana 3/1 rare, the gingerbread guy.
That guy's so underwhelming. Isn't he?
He's not great, but I don't know. It was colorless. So I was like, the whole pack sucked.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's stay colorless. Let's pick this one. And the first couple picks were awful, but then I fell into green black and some crazy stuff got passed, and so yeah, it worked out.
And you got the 3-0.
I got the 3-0. One thing about playing in League, you realize that League's probably the toughest competition you'll face in Magic. It wasn't, up to League par, we'll say.
Oh, were you disappointed? Were you like, there needs to be some Sawyers and Jordans in here?
Yeah, I faced one person that was a Sawyer Jordan Dan type. Shout out Dan.
Shout out Dan. Looking at Dan across the room right now. He has no idea what's happening.
And he was playing some like crazy Esper value, get stuff back from the graveyard, like really frustrating to play against. But just drew well against him and got, beat him game 3.
I've noticed that too. I think the first person I played today, he was like, I don't play Magic, but I'm a judge. He was like, but I don't really play that much. I was like, okay, well. And then Chris, we'll talk to Chris later. Chris beat a kid today that must have been 7 years old.
Is this the kid we were just talking
Yeah,
about?
the kid. We won't talk about him too much. It did happen. But yeah, Chris seems to always beat up on kids at these events, and I love it. So since we're talking in-person play, I'd love to know, what is your go-to playmat and deck sleeve?
Okay, so this is kind of a sad story, but I just, after the last in-person draft I went to go clean out my car with the vacuum and stuff.
Sure.
You put the quarters in the machine, you can vacuum your car. And I left the bag with all my sleeves on my mat at the vacuum gas station place.
Oh no.
And I went back and of course it was gone. And it had a mat which was gifted to me from my good friend Emmett, Sepulcher, if you know him from League. It was I forget, it was one of the rare rhinos from Capenna.
Oh yeah, sure, whatever, Rhinox.
It's the one it's the one that's basically like a Thragtusk, but it works a little differently.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You can blitz him, you gain life.
I know what you're talking about, but I cannot remember.
Yeah, I can't remember the name, but it was a great mat.
That name is, of course, Workshop Warchief from SNC.
He was I like to think of that guy as a union guy. He was like a laborer, he had a giant wrench. I don't know, just a great mat. And I also had the eucalyptus sleeves.
Oh, I don't think I know those.
They're kind of teal colored, the normal brand that everybody buys.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you have any go-to tokens that you use? Do you have no?
No roll tokens. No, I show up with the dice, the sleeves, and the mat, and that's it.
You're just ready to go.
That's it.
Well, we got you had Now, I will say, Ixalan's about to start. I mean,
It is.
Ixalan has started at this point.
Right.
You haven't seen your pool. You came in late.
I haven't. Yeah, I was really busy with work, and thankfully the committee let me slip in there. We can crack it right now.
Yeah, so he has. I would love to at least look at the rares live on pod. Let's get the reaction to Noah B. This is Cisco.
Yeah, here we go. All right, so I don't know most of these cards. The first one I recognize is Welcoming Vampire, which is a great card.
It's a card that draws cards.
It's a flying creature that draws cards. That's
True.
cool. What do we know about Paladin of Atonement? Is that one good?
It's fine. If you gain life, it gets counters. Is that what it is?
And then when it dies, then you gain life equal to its toughness.
Yeah, it's you got to work for that one.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that great. Dead Eye Tracker.
That's a good one.
It's a good one.
Yeah. What is it? Exile 2 cards. You can explore.
What does Explore do?
Oh, Explore is look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, it goes in your hand. If it's not, you can put it in the graveyard.
I love this art because he's like checking out a giant like Jurassic footprint.
He's tracking.
It's awesome.
He's tracking.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Explore is a really strong mechanic, and having a card that you can repeatedly do it with is very strong.
That makes sense. Yeah. Sanctum Seeker.
That's a good one too. What does he do?
He a 3/4. Whenever a vampire you control attacks, drain him for 1.
So if you got 5 vampires, you're draining for 5.
Yeah,
that closes out.
That seems strong. I mean, I don't know how easy is it to go like vampire tribal. But
it's a tribal set. Like there's vampires, there's merfolk, there's dinosaurs.
There's like 4 different ones in one set.
Yeah. It's all tribes. It's like black white is vampires, merfolk is blue, blue green, dinosaurs are rural.
Right.
Deep Root Champion.
1/1. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a 1/1. That seems good.
It's good. Yeah, it's not bad.
I mean, yeah, it's it takes a little bit. Yeah. I mean, great removal for Vraska's Contempt. Everybody knows that one.
That's a good one.
And Argyl's Bloodfast enchantment, where you can play 1 in a black and 2 life to draw a card, and if at the beginning of your upkeep you have 5 or less life, you may transform it. I can't see the backside.
The other side is sack a creature, gain life equal to its power or toughness.
I see. So it lets you recover a little bit.
So it's like once you get down to 5, you're about to lose. Now you start coming back and gaining a bunch of life.
Interesting. So I don't know. That one seems pretty good.
It's good.
I guess
it's card draw. You got a lot of card. I mean, definitely strong black is what I'll say just by looking at the rares. Like I like the black, and I mean that Welcoming Vampire.
Vampire could be good.
That's very good.
Yeah, I'll take it. I have yet to see what the other cards look like, but it looks like some fun cards to play around with.
It's a good start. Yeah. I'm going to wish you good luck in the rest of this league. I don't know if I'm going to see you anymore this weekend, so we're getting your interview done first, but it's so nice to meet you.
Yeah, cheers.
Thank you. I am live AGL corresponding right now in Dallas with none other than Dan to beat down Bringa. Dan, how's it going?
Oh man, I'm having so much fun. We're playing at this convention, and I just love being on the podcast. So let's do this.
Now, Dan, we play online a lot, right? What is it about in-person Magic that's different than what we play in the league?
So, I mean, visual information, I was just talking about this, and excuse me, I've had just one too many marks, so we're here at a Spanish restaurant, and we're having a great time. So, visual information, you can't, there's tells.
Yeah.
Online there's tells. You can, maybe see them hovering over cards. Sometimes I'm pretty neurotic about it. I'm like, don't look at your graveyard. They'll see, the white outline over the graveyard. You don't want to let them know that you... And then sometimes you can do it the other way. It's like, maybe I should just look at my graveyard.
Yeah.
Maybe make me think that. So there's only so much stuff you can do online. But in person, I think there's just... Oh, it's a whole other art. Just I like schmoozing with people.
Yeah.
But, in a sort of covertly nefarious way where you can just use to suss out information, see how strong people are.
Oh gosh. Dan's playing head games even outside of arena with people.
I mean, it's just all information is information you can use at your disposal. And I think more players should take advantage of, just their opponent's demeanor, how strong they're playing, how fast they're playing. That's the difference, I think, in person.
This is wonderful information to be getting here from Dan. Dan, I'd love to know, what is your playmat and sleeves that you bring with you to an event?
Okay, so I'm running the only playmat I've ever bought because I don't play that much in-person Magic. I literally only play limited. But it's from the first rare I got that was like, ooh, this is money. And it's from the Teferi Strixhaven's Protection. Teferi's Protection Strixhaven.
Okay,
if you remember that one.
Yeah, I do remember.
It was like a gilded foil when I got it, and so I just really love the art from that. There's also like, it's like quasi-African, and like I'm literally from Africa. My parents are South African, so there's...
That's so cool.
Yeah, I just really like the vibe of it. Yeah.
It's got a cool vibe. Oh, so we're at SCG Con Dallas. Now, what event did you play in today, and how did you do?
You know what event we played in? We played in the event we all did together. It was the, actually, what was it? Oh, yeah, it was the Halloween... It's Halloween Innistrad. All the Innistrads, we did one booster from each of the sets, right?
Minus Avacyn Restored. Avacyn Restored was the one Innistrad set that did not get seen today.
Why? What did she do?
I don't know. I think people just don't like that set, but I don't know.
That's fine.
But you did really very well, didn't you?
I did just fine. We did 2-0, and then we technically Chris and I split. But he beat me. I mean...
Nick. You played against Nick, my brother.
Oh, God, yes.
That's okay.
Yes. I know all our friends' names that we've hung out with today. Nick and I agreed to split, and he... there's a very funny play. I was going just aggro, white-black, and I had 7 flyers out. And he had a card, I don't remember the name of it, because it's a common. It's some common spider. It has reach. And it had the additional text that this creature can block, 7 additional creatures?
Yeah.
Which is something he said to me when he played it, but then I completely forgot about. And so I was like, I swing out and I win. And he's like, oh no, I just block all your creatures. And then I'll swing back for lethal. And I went, oh, okay. So we agreed to split, but technically, if the record shows, he did win.
Hey, you want to split. That's what you want to have, right? You want to go 2-0 split in these things. That's how you get prize tickets. That's how you get the fun stuff. We're here to get fun stuff.
Do you have a goal in mind? Is there something you really want to get?
Here's the thing. We normally pool our tickets together for these big cards.
Then I have to pull in with.
No. I don't think
how
we
much
should.
Does it cost?
It's they're $2,500.
How much should we get?
We got right now. I think my group of 4. So we got my group of 4, which is the Brothers War from the last team league,
right. Yeah,
and you're here with the Texas people. Which was, what was your team name?
What was our team name? Sorry guys, I don't remember.
Awesome.
Yeah. Emmett.
Mold of 4.
Oh yeah, because there were 4 of us. It was a mold of 4. Yeah. I came up with that one actually. I'm not gonna lie.
So I think right now our group. I think we're at about 500, 550.
Nice.
So we are a fifth of the way to a giant card.
No, you're not going to get there
No.
unless we all pull together. There's no way.
It's not going to happen. You
have to get their big card. Isn't that a tradition you have?
Going bigger.
Are there big? What are the big? Is there any big card that's particularly appealing? What
that they have here?
Yeah.
They had a Phyrexian Shieldred, but it's already gone. I don't understand how that happened.
Oh, there's only 3 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then they've got a Slimefoot and
is it gone?
Fibblethip. I don't know. They had a Baral.
Okay.
Chief
of Compliance.
Exactly. And they had the Tyvar Planeswalker card that could punch guys.
I don't even remember who Tyvar is.
Oh, you don't want to know who Tyvar is. Dan, we're starting Ixalan League. We are actually in Ixalan League right now. How is your pool? I know you haven't played any games, but how are you feeling?
I hate it. It's fine. It's cool. Because I really like deck building, and I really like doing unusual builds, and I really like giving unsolicited advice to other people's builds. And I feel like I'm gonna go 0-5 and then just embarrass myself with a Enchantress build. I have 3 copies of the Ixalan enchantment where they can't play any more of the cards. You get rid of the card and they can't play that card anymore.
Okay.
I don't remember the name.
It's not Luminous Bonds. It's the other one.
I also have 3 copies. Basically, I have this weird enchantment package where I've got literally 10 enchantments in my deck, and 2 ways of getting them in the graveyard, and then 2 ways of getting. There's a creature. There's a 4 mana 2/5 that if they It's from the extra mom pack that no one cared about.
Oh, you got 2 of them?
Yeah, I got 2 of them. No, so I'm not. I mean, I'm excited to lose, but it's looking like a fun set. I really like the set. I think it's really well curated. Again, shout out to Johnny. What about you? How do you feel?
Oh, not good. My pool's very bad. My pool is, it's very bad. I played one practice game and I didn't like what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I looked at all my cards and I thought, it's not better than what I'm already playing.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a rough one for me, I think.
If I want to be really boring, I should just bite the bullet and just play like black-red aggro because it's got a better chance. But I'm not gonna do that.
Who wants to play aggro, man? I don't want to play aggro.
Not we. I mean, like never. I never play aggro.
No.
Decks, to be honest.
I want to draw cards and dirtle.
Is that you? Is that your play style?
Yes, that's my play style.
Man, we're cut from the same cloth.
We asked everybody before we did this Innistrad draft today what card they wanted to open. My response was Snapcaster Mage. Dan, what card did you open today?
I opened a Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah, and you didn't even play it. I can't believe it. Well, Dan, it's so nice to meet you in person.
Yeah, man,
Thank you so much for coming.
So much. I love these podcasts so much. You're such a good guy. Thank you so much for doing these. Listen to these. If you're not listening to this, you're not going to hear this, but you should listen to these more if you are listening.
It's really hard to tell people to listen on the podcast because if they're not listening,
what do you do?
They don't hear that part. Oh, I don't try. I don't try to get people to listen. If they want to listen, they will. It was so nice to meet you. I'm having so much fun playing with you.
Which ones are you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I know I'm playing in a double master draft.
Yes. Whoa.
Yeah, it's the only draft I'll probably play all weekend.
Dang.
And I know you're playing in Chaos Sealed.
I'm looking forward to that. It looks like it's going to be fun.
I hope to catch you tomorrow and maybe see how you did and what packs you opened, because that sounds interesting.
God bless me.
All right, everyone, this is your Johnny on the Spot, live for AGL League Correspondence News in Dallas, Texas, here playing at SCG Con, and I am with none other than Maranda L. Black Canary, the Great Watcher. How's it going, Miranda?
Going pretty great.
Now, you met up with us. What events did you play in this weekend?
So far, we did the Halloween draft on Friday. I did the Chaos Sealed on Saturday, and then on Sunday, I will be doing the Mystery Sealed.
And how did you do in your events?
We're not going to talk about the Halloween draft, but I did get the 3-0 in the Chaos Sealed. For some reason, they gave us an hour to build during the Halloween one and only 30 minutes to build during the Chaos when you got 6 absolutely random packs. So I built Red, White, Aggro, and we went Burr.
You did go, and strangely enough, your opponent didn't show up for the last round, right?
Yes, I suspect he was in the 3 o'clock event with you guys.
Oh, bummer.
The guy next to me conceded his game to go to that event.
It was, we played in at 3 o'clock. We played in a Double Masters draft. It was a lot of fun. I'd love to know, since we're talking about in-person Magic, what is your playmat and what kind of sleeves do you like to play in person?
Yeah, so Emmett and I both have really nice playmats with a edge around it from a guy, Peter Yorbach, I want to say. He used to do art for Magic, and now he has playmats that he sells only 50 of them, and they're numbered, which is really nice. Mine is a nice flower with a lot of purples and golds in it. So I've used lilac sleeves in the past, but currently I'm using sort of tannish, goldish sleeves that match really nicely and also match my arena aesthetic.
What do you think is the biggest difference between playing in the league that we play in and playing in in-person events like this?
I think in person has the nice element of it can be a lot more casual. You can have a lot more interaction with your opponent. It can be a lot more just fun, banter, having a good time. But there is also the risk of having a very unfun opponent who takes it very too seriously and is not great to play against, whereas 90+% of the league, I would say I always have a good time playing against, or at least don't have a bad time playing against.
I think the biggest difference for me is I am so tired. I'm so tired at the end of these days. I could feel like I could play arena all day and I don't get tired. But playing in person and knowing the triggers and everything, I'm just exhausted.
I do think it takes a lot more mental energy having to try and keep up with everything yourself, trying to figure out what your opponent's doing, trying to read what they have and read the board. I think it's a lot harder, at least for me, to see everything that's happening on the board as opposed to Arena, and like trying to look at my hand and the board at the same time is a lot harder. And I definitely think just being around this many people also takes a lot out of you.
And last question, how is your Ixalan pool, and are you excited for Ixalan League?
So, I'm excited for a low power league. I'm excited to try Ixalan because I didn't have it, like I didn't play it originally when it first came out very much at all. And so I'm excited and like to really get in the mood of that playing before we have this new set that I'm very hopeful for. Unfortunately, my pool does suck, so please go easy on me in the queue. Hoping to open some really good vampire cards to bolster me, but not liking my chances.
I really feel like everyone that's here at this event does not like their pool.
I have had a lot of people, because I talk to a lot of people like Evan, of course, Emmett, Dan, all my IRL friends, everything, I'm looking at everybody's pools, and I think it's just so much lower power than we are used to that everyone is feeling very negatively about their pool because we're just not used to this power level. So I think it will even out. I do think there's, that 10% of decks like Cody's and a couple of Veto's and things like that there are going to be some decks that just do insanely well and are just a cut above the rest. But I think the majority of us are in the trenches together, and it's okay that we don't feel great about our decks because nobody does.
I think we got to wait till week 3 and see what those packs do, because let's say I know Cody's 5-0 right now. I'm in Texas. I haven't really followed much of what's been going on, but I know Cody's 5-0. But he might get to week 3 and then his deck might fall behind, right? Because everyone's going to get 10 extra rares. And Cody's super scary deck may not be so scary at that point.
Yeah, I'm definitely really looking forward to it. I am a bit sad that it's a mechanic that not everyone is going to get to experience, because you do have to get to 10 games total, even if that's just 5-5. That's still a bit of a high bar for a lot of people. So it is unfortunate. As much as I do think it makes sense, I think having the timing for that to go into week 3 is the only thing that really makes sense to do. So I don't think there's any way around it to get to do this very fun, cool mechanic, but I am going to be very disappointed if I don't get to at least try it, even if I have no chance to actually, make top 8 or anything.
I feel the same way. I don't really care how I do in the league, but I just want to open one of those packs. I can open it and lose right away, and I'll at least feel like I got to experience something.
Exactly.
Well, Maranda, so cool meeting you. So thank you so much for coming on the show, and good luck this week.
Thank you. You too.
All right, everyone, this is your Goku or Go Home. I am on the scene with AGL News here in Dallas, Fort Worth, and I'm here with Emmett F. Sepulcher. Emmett, how is it going?
It's been a great night.
Been a great night, been a great weekend. Emmett, what did you play in this weekend, and how did you do?
Alrighty, so I signed up for the Halloween special sealed. One of every pack from Innistrad, including the OG, Innistrad, and Dark Ascension. Got the 3-0 there, one of the 3 3-0s. As our crew, we got 2 of the 3 3-0s, which is pretty sweet. Just had an awesome black-white, lots of low drops that came back, lots of removal. I had the flashback exile removal spell, carried me so hard. Great time. I played the Chaos draft today. 6 random packs. Everyone got 1 collector pack, and then everyone's packs were also different, which I applaud them for actually going for that. I did Chaos at another SCG Con where everyone just got the same 6 packs, and it's like, it is still Chaos. It was fine, but it was a ton of fun. Didn't have a lot of hopes for my deck, but still went 2-1. Really enjoyed it.
Now, in your Halloween, I heard your opponent in the second round was just a really, really cool guy. What was it like to play? I played against Emmett in the second. That's why I couldn't go 3-0, because I had to play against Emmett, everybody.
Yep, well, I got matched against Miranda first round in both of those events. And then against Goku. So out of my 6 matches, 3 of them were against my friends.
Emmett referred to me as Goku. This is a life-changing experience right now. Emmett, I'd love to know, what kind of sleeves do you use, and what is your go-to playmat?
Yeah, so the playmat's more interesting, I feel. I've got a playmat that's out by a former Magic artist who now does his own stuff. It's all like angel-themed. I'm blanking on their name. Maybe we can ADR it in if I remember. Peter Moorbacher.
Great.
And yeah, he does his own stuff now. It's got like the nice stitched edges. And it's a white, black, and red sort of angel figure. I've got another one that's blue and white. And this one's actually numbered and signed by him. My buddy got it for me as a gift, which I really enjoy. And sleeves, I've got some Dragon Shield sleeves in green that match my deck box, which is the Boulder Plus tray for holding dice. And I've got a magnetic life spin down thing, which I really enjoy.
Oh, that sounds very, very exciting. I mean, what would you say is the main difference that you feel that you get? What is the experience of playing in person versus playing on the Discord server?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, anytime I sit down to play Magic and paper, I have a good time.
Yeah.
I try to do the same playing online, but it's a little easier to get salty, get frustrated. You don't get to see anything that's happening while your opponent's making decisions. You're sitting there like, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? And what I enjoy so much about our league is that you are actually interacting with real people. You can talk with them, which helps a lot as opposed to, faceless opponents on the ladder. But I do still get saltier than I would like at times playing online. So anytime I sit down in paper, I just know I'm going to have a good time, even if I lose. I'm interacting with people physically, shuffling the cards, opening packs.
I agree. I haven't played in paper in a while. I used to play in a shop with my brother maybe every couple weeks or once a month. And that hasn't happened for, a year now. I don't play in paper at all. And this was such a fun weekend just to get that experience back, I feel. Something I've really been missing is that paper, like that fun, opening packs, crazy plays, like laughing with your opponent about some weird thing that happened. It's great.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's more fun to see your opponent doing cool things in paper.
Oh, it's so, yeah. I feel like I'm proud of my opponents when they beat me in paper. If they beat me online, I'm like, okay, you got your dumb combo. Mm-hmm. But here I'm like, oh, yeah, you got this fun combo. What a cool thing you did.
Absolutely.
All right, well, before we let you go, it's Ixalan League. We got to talk a little bit about it. I know none of us have played yet, but how do you feel about your starting pool?
I've got some cards I'm excited about. I felt like I just sort of had to go with my deepest colors to start.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the themes of the set and everything. And I got a couple treasure makers to help with the splashing. So, I haven't started playing yet because I was here this weekend.
Yep.
But I'm excited to see how things go.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. I'm excited to see how you do, Emmett. And again, it was such a pleasure meeting you this weekend. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So fun being here in person.
All right, everyone, this is your Don John DeMarco. I am indeed live for AGL in SCG Con Dallas, here with none other than Nick P, a.k.a. Am I Evil? How's it going, Nick?
Great, John. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. What events did you play in this weekend, and how did you do?
Yesterday, we played in the Innistrad event, the sealed event. This morning, we did Two-Headed Giant. You and I were a Two-Headed Giant team.
Yep.
And then this afternoon, we did a Double Masters draft.
And how did you do?
Technically went to 2-1 in all events, splitting with Dan.
2-0-1 if you split, I think.
Technically, but we also played it out and I won, so I'm going to count it as like almost a 3-0.
He did call you Chris in his interview, so we can let that stand that he did beat Dan, of course. And then Two-Headed Giant, we went 2-1 as a team.
Mm-hmm.
And Double Masters, also 2-1?
Yep. I tried to split in the finals. Guy didn't want to split, and I lost in finals.
Yeah, it of course does happen. What is your playmat, and what kind of sleeves do you use?
My playmat is Seb McKinnon Swamp.
Yeah, this is the swamp from the Secret Lair.
Secret Lair, and I actually looked this up. 1 second, what my sleeves are, because they're Kickstarter. They're Paladin card protector sleeves.
Okay, special Kickstarter sleeve. What made you want to get these Kickstarter sleeves?
I just thought it was a good price for what it was.
You kickstart a lot of stuff, too.
Yeah, I've been trying to kick that habit.
Kick that Kickstarter, everybody. What do you think is... See, I'm asking everybody what the main difference is between playing online versus playing in person. You don't play a ton you play more in person than you do online, I think.
Definitely.
So what is it about playing in person that you like more than playing online?
Well, I'm a little bit biased because mostly when I play in person, I'm playing at a local shop with people that I know and like.
Yeah.
Or I'm coming to an event like this with my buddies who I know and like. So I just feel like I just have a lot more fun hanging out and playing with people that I know and like chit-chatting in between rounds and stuff.
Cool. What do you think of my Ixalan pool?
Haven't looked at it.
You don't want to. You don't want to. Let's talk about. So we, as a team, so this is the Brothers War. So we came here down to Dallas. We hung out with the Dallas crew: Emmett, Miranda, Dan, Noah. But me, Nick, Jay, and Chris, we've been coming to events for a few years together now. We kind of get together, and one of the things we really like to do is get these giant Magic cards.
Yeah, they're the best.
They are so fun, and they are like poster size. Like they're 3 foot by 2 foot, and they are kind of cardboard with foam in the middle. I've got the Steam Vents. The League has seen it. What card do you have?
Mu Yanling.
M20 Planeswalker. Mm-hmm. Chris has Elspeth Conquers Death. And usually, like, these things are like some of the most expensive things you can get on the prize wall.
Yep.
And we like to pool our tickets together and get a big card. I believe the first one I got, I was just on a streak. I was crushing.
You were hot.
I think I won 3 drafts in one day and like almost had like half as many tickets as you needed. And I was like, that's the goal. I'm going to get this big card.
Yeah, we all thought it was like the stupidest thing, and I don't remember, like, I don't think we ever even considered it to be possible. And then somehow you like won so many events, you had so many tickets, then you got it, and we were just like, this is ridiculous and amazing.
Yeah, I remember you made fun of me a lot before I got it, and then a lot after I got it. And then we went to our next event and decided to pull our tickets together, and then you got a big card.
Yeah, I'm eating my words here because they are awesome.
Yeah,
just because they're so stupid. They're so awesome.
It's I love Magic stuff, but I'm not a. It's hard to find Magic merchandise that I think is really cool, or like I don't know. They just make a lot of stuff these days, and it's hard to find things that are like unique and like these Magic cards are like kind of one of a kind things, right?
I mean, you almost never see them on eBay or anything.
I couldn't even find any. I was looking for them earlier. So then we got Chris and Elspeth Conquers Death, GP New Jersey a few years ago. And it's been a dry streak of getting a giant. We've been going to some GPs, but we went to SCG Con 9 months ago. They didn't even have any big Magic cards. They only had big Flesh and Blood cards. We weren't expecting to see a big Magic card here.
They didn't even have them out at first.
Yeah, we didn't think they were going to be there.
Yeah, they only had the Flesh and Blood giant cards again. So we thought they were just done with it.
And to break it down, a big Magic card is 2,500 tickets. We all played in this Halloween Innistrad event. And if you 3-0'd this $75 sealed event, you got 400 tickets. So again, that's not even a fifth of as many tickets to like as you need. And here we are, day 2. We're not even here for 3 days. Usually we do like 3 days at these things.
Yeah.
And we got there, buddy, didn't we?
Well, with some help.
We did buy some tickets off some people. But we weren't planning on getting a big card. And then we counted up all our tickets. We're like, okay, we're going to buy some packs or some sleeves, some boxes, whatever stuff they got. And we're like, we have 1,800 tickets. Like, we're actually close. And then that was the point where I was like, maybe we can buy them off people. And it was very easy to buy them off people. And then all of a sudden, boom, we're buying this big Vraska Betrayal Sting, alternate art, all will be one Planeswalker card.
Yeah, it was by far the coolest one they had.
It might be the coolest one any of us own. It's a really cool card.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, so if we do another team league, would you come back and bring back the Brothers War one last time, although with a better, more fitting name for whenever it happens?
As long as I don't have too much stuff going on, then yeah, for sure.
That is a yes, a guaranteed yes. I know he's got the store credit. He's coming in, and we will, I don't know, whoever gets interviewed next, we'll go to that next. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right, everyone. This is your Don John DeMarco here with none other than, is it Jay or Jason M. Experimentalist?
It is, I guess we'll say Jay. And Jason is also acceptable, though, so whatever is your preference. And I am the experientialist.
I always get that wrong.
It's not an easy word because it's made up.
Is that what my problem is? I'm
Yes.
trying to pronounce a word that doesn't exist.
You're trying to do a thing that isn't supposed to be done.
What is an experientialist?
So I think that it's more important to experience things than to know them. And so I think everything is about the experiences you have, the connection between you and whatever it is that you're seeing. And that's the thing that really matters kind of at the end. So I'm an experientialist in that way. I think it's all about experiences and experientialism.
This guy over here. What events did you play in, and how well did you do, Jay?
Well, the important thing. Okay, we'll get there.
It's already been teased in Nick's interview.
I want to. Okay, I'll wait. So I played in the Innistrad Halloween Mixtacular. It was really cool, just kind of like a slice of Innistrad over the years. You can see how the werewolves have changed. They've really grown as people. They've started to come together. It's great. It's great to see.
Some care about daytime and nighttime, and some just kind of just do their thing. They don't care about the moon at all.
What just happened? Before they used to have ADD, and then they got on Adderall, and then now they all are focused. They can all look up and be like, no, it's daytime, obviously.
So you played that. You went 2-1?
I think I went 1-2. I had a... No, I think I did go 2-1.
I think you did go 2-1.
That was 2-1, because that's the one I had the meat hook.
You had a meat hook massacre.
I had the meatless massacre.
I think you were also the only one out of all of us that like opened a card that was worth anything this whole time, which was a meat hook massacre.
Yeah. It ended up being 20 from Star City. So
hey,
it's something. It's something.
It is.
I just want to remind everyone out there that when you see it in the buy list, that's not what you're getting.
Yeah, that's disheartening news. You then played in Two-Headed Giant with Chris R. Sinkwater.
Oh my God, that was so much fun. That was my first Two-Headed Giant ever. I've never gianted before, and piloting a body along with Chris was amazing. I was the big dumb play a lot of stupid white-green stuff that just keep playing creatures and keep playing creatures. And then he would make sure nobody could touch him.
Yeah.
So it's pretty great.
Chris had a lot of counter and removal, and then you had 2 Fanesbane trolls. You had a lot of big boys. It looked like a pretty fun time. You guys went to turns 1 on turn 5 with like a crazy, give all our creatures haste, +1/+0. Oh, and here's a 4/4 flying dragon for the win.
It was pretty amazing the way Chris like pulled a dragon out of the graveyard. I didn't even realize it was in there, and then. Yeah, and then we gave everything haste and his +1/+0 pump. We ended up beating him by 1 on turns. There were like 20-something creatures on the board. It was great. Great times. Love it.
Great games, great matches. Then you played in the Double Masters draft with us. How did that go?
Yeah. It was a bit borosing, but I didn't mind too much. It was great. It was a lot of fun doing the recent Ravnica and Return to Ravnica. There were a lot of those Boros cards that just kind of had a special place in my heart. It was actually like around that time that I kind of started hanging out with Chris again and reconnecting over Magic, and it's been really awesome. Kind of, yeah, it's an awesome journey. So I kind of wanted to end everything nice little bow and end on Boros. So it was great.
Nice.
I ended up going. I think it was 2-1.
You were 2-1. Maybe you were 1-2 yesterday, and then 2-1, 2-1 today.
I feel like
is that what happened?
No, I think I was 2-1 yesterday, and then 1-2, 2-1. See, the thing is, it's also been a very long 2 days.
We're very tired. It's 11 p.m. right now. It's midnight in my time zone. I go to bed at 9 o'clock. We've been playing Magic all day. Come with me over here, Jim.
I usually live on a boat offshore, so yeah, it's about 4 a.m. my time zone.
So the grand ending to this all, the coup de grace of this whole trip is what we are looking at right now, and this is Vraska's Betrayal Sting. How does it make you feel to look at your giant Magic card?
Completed.
Wow, wonderful. Jay, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Jay.
All right, everyone, I am here, your Johnny on the spot, AGL correspondent, with none other than league winner Chris R. Sinkwater. How's it going, Chris?
Things are going great, John. How's it going for you?
It's going good. It's great to see you. I haven't seen you in, I don't know, a long time. It's been a while. We, of course, were the Neo team winners, Runaway Teamkin. Feels good to see you again. Here we are at SCG Dallas, which is your stomping grounds.
This is my stomping ground. SCG Con Dallas is in Fort Worth, which is where I live. But, you know, that's how they do it.
So I would like to know, what events did you play in and how did you do?
So we're talking Saturday night.
We're talking the whole time.
The whole time.
What did you play in yesterday? It's the same thing everybody played in yesterday, which is what I'm learning during this interview.
So I played in that thing, the Innistrad, whatever it was.
Yep, Halloween sealed.
Sealed, yep, that went okay. And then we did, what did we do? Two-headed giant, two-headed giant. And then we did Double Masters draft.
And you went 2-1 in the Halloween event?
2-1 in the Halloween event, yep.
And you played Two-Headed Giant with Jay. What was that experience like?
That was fun. So that was my first legit Two-Headed Giant event. We done a battle bond with you guys at one of the SCG cons or GP.
Yeah.
Maybe the Atlanta one. That's when we did. We did battle bond in Atlanta. And then, this is the first time I've done that. So the deck building was interesting. I didn't know we were going to get 12 packs. So that makes it a little tough. There's a lot to go through. We when you guys were done, when you and Nick were done, you came over and we had some stuff laid out, and it's like, you have 38 cards in your deck, and we're like, no, we're working on it. We'll get there. We'll figure it out.
12 packs is a lot for a 2-deck. I mean, it's a lot, especially for Two-Headed Giant, where it's like, okay, you take these 2 colors, I'll take these 2 colors. I had to cut a lot of really good cards today.
Yeah, we had to do that, and then we had to learn about the each player does this and that sort of stuff. But it was great. It was super fun, and it seems a little bit more casual. So the teams we played against were either a lot of fun, or they were pretty good at Two-Headed Giant. So we kind of got both perspectives on how to play, and it was super fun. Yeah.
And we wrapped it up today with a double Masters draft. How was your double Masters draft?
Double Masters was stressful because I'd never played it before, and I didn't want to pass you, who were sitting to my left, like $100 card or something. So I was trying to learn what the top, rather than learn what the archetypes were. I was like, who's expensive in this? And then I opened a Nicol Bolas and something else. Pack one, because you do the 2, right? That's the first thing. And I was like, well, I'm just going to hold on tight and see what Grixis goes for.
Oh, you've packed one, picked one, that Bolas?
Yeah. Yep.
And I will say Chris's deck was disgusting. He had 3 copies of Terminate. You had 3 of another kill spell. There's +4, -4 to any creature. Lots of really good red and black creatures. Pull from Tomorrow and Bolas and blue. Really nice top end. And you got the 3-0.
We got the 3-0. Yep, we did it. One each of the rounds. Hadn't seen the much of the cards before, so I was reading a lot, but it worked out okay.
Hey, it worked out that you got the 3. Had a great 7-2 record on the weekend. What kind of playmat do you use, and what kind of sleeves do you like to use at events like this?
I like to rotate my playmats because I've got 30 playmats, and I play in person 4 times a year, maybe if I'm lucky. So today I was running Mirage Mountain, John Avon.
I saw that. That's an autograph, John Avon, Kickstarter or something.
Kickstarter, John Avon. Yep, I've got a forest from that. But I think the Mirage Mountain might be my favorite art. Just clean, sharp, looks good. It's just sort of mountain, right? It's everyone's island is a iconic card, and you're like, I like this one. So that's what I was running today, Mirage Mountain.
And anything special with those sleeves, or we just got whatever sleeves are lying around?
Nothing special. I like to run orange sleeves. You don't see it a lot. Orange is one of my favorite colors. So
I like that.
Straight up orange. That's what we're doing.
I like that. It's good for the Halloween time of year.
Worked
right?
out okay, yeah.
You play orange sleeves, you play black cards. It's Halloween time. Chris, so you don't play in person a lot. Neither do I. Not like I used to. What do you find is what is something that you really enjoy about these in-person events that we don't, have on our Discord server here for the AGL?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think you know, you never know who you're going to play.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that's most exciting to me is when you just get someone who's there and they're having a good time and they're sort of joking about the cards, but they're good players. And that's a different experience where even if you get up the stream on the Discord, and sometimes you get cool banter, but a lot of times you're just doing that and then you're muting because no one's talking. So, you know, that's a nice bonus for me because I don't get to do it a lot.
I did have some really fun table talk today with some really, really cool people that I played against.
Yeah, and I think if you show up for something like this and you specifically do kind of expensive limited formats, that you at least are like adept at playing limited, and that's you've made an effort to do that. Whereas I think it may be different at a pre-release. I think you might play against someone a little bit different. So I had a great time. It's also exhausting. Like, we played 2 events today, and I'm tired.
Yeah. it's I was talking to Miranda about this. I feel like I could play on like Magic all day on the Discord and I don't get tired like this. Like, I am really tired. My brain just does not feel like it's working the same as it normally does.
Yeah, can't wait to listen to this and see how it sounds. Because, yeah, it's been a long day. I mean, it's, what time is it? It's almost 11 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock tonight. We're staring at a giant copy of Vraska's Betrayal Sting. Chris, before we let you go, I would like to know, how is your Ixalan pool looking, and are you excited for Ixalan League?
I'm definitely excited for Ixalan League. I could not tell you what my pool looks like at all right now. I genuinely am like burnt out on cards. I don't remember what my pool is like.
I think we've all taken a look at it and just been like, it's Ixalan cards. Like, it's got some good stuff, but it doesn't have any of the big bombs that you want. But it's Ixalan, so who knows? Like, I don't even know if I should be upset at my pool or not. I'm not watching the games. I don't know what's happening right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's our deficit for this week because we've been hanging out together playing Magic in person. What's happening in the league?
I don't know.
What's the server like right now? It's been a few days.
This is the longest I've been without really going on the server. I can tell you Cody's 5-0 right now, and I do not want to play him.
But it's a 3-week, and those are fun, and I'm looking forward to getting the deck together and getting in the bot, see what happens, see who I get paired against, and then put up the thing, and then have Maranda put the eyes out, and we'll stream it, and we'll have a good time.
I can't wait to see it. Chris, thank you so much for coming on the show. And thank you for letting us stay here. We stayed with Chris. It was a wonderful experience. Thank you so much.
Man, anytime. I hope you guys come back.
We will, for sure. And what kind of host would I be if I didn't answer the same questions myself? So let's go ahead. What is my playmat? My playmat is Seb McKinnon Damnation. The Secret Layer art. Got a pretty cool playmat with that. Didn't do the Seb Secret Layer. Just bought it off Ultra Pro. Much cheaper that way. They do that sometimes. And my sleeves are just Hare Ruya sleeves. Got them at the last SCG Con we went to. I like to buy new sleeves every now and then. I do like the Hare Ruya sleeves. If I'm not getting those, I usually get KMC Hypermatte Black, my go-to sleeve. What events did I play in? We all played in the Halloween Innistrad event. I did fine. I went 1 and 2. I lost to Emmett, but it was super fun to actually play against Emmett in person. But yes, he did go 3-0, and in order for him to go 3-0, I had to lose as well. Then me and my brother, we played in the Wilds of Eldraine Two-Headed Giant. That was super fun. Went 2-1. Had a great time playing Two-Headed Giant. Love the team stuff, and love playing different kinds of formats that I don't usually get to play, especially on Arena. And then the last event I played in was the Double Masters Draft, which I don't think I'd ever drafted this set before. It was a lot of fun, super fun playing Double Masters, and I got to draft one of my all-time favorite limited Magic the Gathering cards from Khans of Tarkir. What card am I thinking about? Can you say it? Do you know it? Villainous Wealth. I love Villainous Wealth. I will splash Villainous Wealth in like any deck I can. It's Sultai X. Target player exiles X cards from their library. You may cast any card with converted mana cost X or less. And I got to Villainous Wealth someone for 12 to win a game. So fun. It's a win con. It's advantage. I mean, you need a lot of mana, but oh boy, that's a really fun card. And we did great. Like, as a whole, AGL League playing together in this event, crushed it. I will say that at some point I remember who it was talking to somebody they're like, this is a lot easier than playing in League. And I was like, yeah, it is. League is so hard. And I think it's easy for us if we don't do well or, we have a bad record. We just think, oh, it's I'm bad at Magic. This isn't fun. Or this is no good. It's a bad set, whatever. I think we got to remember that we play in a very, very competitive, very hard league. And sometimes you need to step outside of that like I did this weekend. And even though I only went 5-4 overall for my record, it was the worst record any of us had. And it was still a great time. Like, I had a blast. This was a fantastic experience. And yeah, so I went 5-4. Yeah, we were like 30, 35, 36, and 15 with, 3 or 4 draws in there to split for first. So altogether, said and done, I mean, that's a pretty great record, man. 36 and 15 is more than going 2-1, especially spread across 8 people. Again, Noah went 3-0. Dan went 5-0-1, 5-1-1. Emmett went 5-1-1. Just people played some great Magic. We all kind of did really well, and we got the big card. We brought it home. It's true. Added to the list of the rest of the ones. So such a cool event, and I'll get a little sentimental here. I always tell people, you get out of the league what you put in, right? You get out what you put in. You want to just come jam your games? That's fine. Do your thing. But like I put a lot into this thing, right? Like not just the podcast, which does take up a lot of my time, and that's good enough. That should be fine, right? But I play in every league. I try to do the feature matches. I try to jump in chat when I can. Do side events. New side event from Johnny right now, by the way. Everyone check out Johnny's Brawl side event that he's trying to get done. But I've really been wanting to meet up with people from the league for a long time, since before I started the podcast, right? I see all these people in Canada, they get to meet up, or, Richard's coming through town, he's going to the Armadillo races and meeting up. This was such an amazing experience to meet all these people from the league that I've played with, for years at this point. And so cool to meet them in person, so easy to get along with them. Everyone, and I'm not just saying this to say it, everyone was super awesome, super cool, super fun to talk to, easy to get along with. And then you play Magic with them, and they're these great Magic players, right? Like, it was such a great experience, and I have to thank the league for that. Like, without that, the league, I mean, I would have just gone to Dallas, Fort Worth, and played some Magic, regardless of whether they were there. But it became into this wonderful, heartwarming experience of, like, meeting friends and spending time with them. And yeah, we're talking Magic, but like, we're talking server, hey, you guys remember when Cody did that thing? Oh, Cody, blah, blah, blah. What about Chris York? And Adam. Oh, boy, Adam. Like, just so much fun. It was so great. I really can't express how much I loved it. I really did love it. And I have so much love for this community, for all the people in it. And this was, a pinnacle for me to go out there, play Magic, meet people, and so cool. I'll post a couple pictures of us together beneath the podcast, and picture with the big card, of course, that Jay Experientialist now has. Congratulations, Jay, on your big card. But yeah, it was awesome. And I don't play a lot of in-person Magic. I basically just go to cons. I don't even really do pre-releases too much these days. Every now and then I'll get to one, but keep an eye out for the cons, right? Like the SCG cons, the Magic cons. Where are they going? Are they close to you? Are they an hour, 2-3 hour drive? Like, they're worth it. They're a lot of fun. We played side events. After I left, everyone stayed and did a mystery booster sealed, and everybody basically 3-0'd or split except for Chris. Sorry, Chris. But everyone had a great time. Sounds like when they did the Chaos Sealed, everyone got a collector's booster, which sounds super fun. But it was just a great Magic weekend, and I know that I haven't said a ton about Ixalan. How's my Ixalan pool? That's fine. But like, sorry, I wasn't around for like half the week for Ixalan League. I'm still catching up to some stuff. But this was such a great experience, and I hope you get to have this same experience I had. Make it to Canada. If you're traveling and you're looking to play Magic, throw a thing out in the Discord. Hey, anybody live in Saskatoon? I'm coming through and I got my cube on me. I'd love to see meetups from other people happening, and I'd love to be in more myself. So hopefully, as time goes on, I can make some more of that happen for me and maybe for other people. And I hope you're having a good Ixalan. I hope you are. I hope you have a nice tuned tribal deck. I've seen a lot of 3 colors out there. Everyone's splashing off treasures, but these tribes, these decks are only going to get tighter and tighter. And these tribal decks, they're a thing of beauty when they start working. They really are. And I hope that you're a thing of beauty when you look at your opening hand and you realize that you get to keep a good 7, because it's so important for what we do. And man, especially this league, everything's so low power, you can't really be messing around too much. And hope to come back, because yeah, they might just have a bunch of little guys out, but then they throw down a lord or 2. Woo! It's a bad time. And I hope that the shuffler's in your favor, because you may want to get the city's blessing, but you don't want to do it by having 10 lands and nothing else on the battlefield, right? Like, that's not a fun game. So I hope the shuffler's in your favor and that you get to keep a good 7, and then maybe one day you get a big card, because boy, wouldn't that be cool. Until then, get ready for week 2 of Ixalan. Bye, everybody.